Cairo's traffic nightmare is never ending. Congestion is chronic and chaotic in this city of more than 20 million. Drivers compete for any available space ahead. It's up close and personal. I'm guessing not many speeding tickets are handed out in Cairo. Speeding requires the open road. The traffic's terrible.
Yeah, but this is a normal.
This is normal.
This is normal for me.
There is an answer to this daily drudgery. At least that's what the billboards above the traffic promise. They advertise a better life in a city springing up in the desert, 30 miles east of Cairo. A city that the government says will be Egypt's new capital. It's so new it doesn't yet have a proper name. It's known as the new administrative capital. Already finished are this country's biggest church and mosque. They will be joined by Africa's tallest skyscraper and 5 million homes, all in a space roughly the size of Singapore. Most importantly, though, the Egyptian government will move here too. These buildings will house ministries. Over here, this building will house the Prime Minister's office and the Cabinet office. There'll be 34 ministries situated here altogether. But perhaps the most incredible thing about this place is that 2 years ago, none of this was here. This desert city is being built on the orders of one man, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. No expense is being spared to realize his vision of a modern Egypt. Rumors abound that the budget has already exceeded £35 billion. It's being built with military precision. It comes as no surprise that the Egyptian army, which President Sisi once headed, is in charge. Spokesman Khalid al-Husseini, a former major general, says the government wants the job done fast.
We are working hard, day and night, 7 days a week. And day by day, month by month, you can see the change everywhere.
Why does it have to be done so quickly? Was that the president's declaration?
No, of course not. Yeah, we believe in this way of work today. I think we believe that we are soldiers in this country, and we are doing best.
Cairo won't be forgotten.
No, of course
or
not.
neglected.
Of course not. Of course not.
Some critics of the new capital view the relocation of the entire government with alarm. President Sisi knows the power of the street. Massive protests in Cairo enabled him to mount the coup that brought him to power. 2 years earlier, I watched from Tahrir Square as mass protests toppled longtime leader Hosni Mubarak. Last month, a referendum gave Sisi and the military more power over politics in Egypt. It's not hard to see why some think that a government in the desert will be protecting itself from any potential future protests. The government deny this. Ordinary people may end up being kept out of the new capital, but the rich and elite are being invited in. The site has become a bonanza for investors, making profits buying and selling homes that haven't yet gone beyond the model stage. Estate agent Lamia and her colleagues sold an initial batch of 300 homes in less than 4 months. How exciting is it for you to be involved in this?
Very exciting.
In what way is the new capital different from Cairo?
Here in the new capital, they took care of our environment. They made a large green areas and lakes and water features. This is all new to us.
Do you think you're part of
Yeah,
Egypt's
I'm a
new
part
history?
Of yeah.
Later, a Saudi investor takes one look and is sold. In an office next door, he signs for an apartment for his daughter.
اشترينا في جرماني في تركيا في سوريا في لبنان في سوريا كذا شقة اشترينا بس أفضل مكان أنا أحس إنه مصر.
Why did you buy in the new capital rather than in Cairo?
لا العاصمة الإدارية هي المستقبل.
Already more than 30,000 homes have been finished, but as of now, nobody lives here. The first phase of the capital is set to open this year. The government hope much of it will be finished in the next 5 years. The new city is hugely impressive, the scale of it, the ambition. But the fact that it will take over as this country's capital, it will usurp Cairo, the city of the Nile, and the pyramids, well, that's going to take some getting used to. There is plenty of life spilling out onto Cairo's streets, but life may soon be squeezed here to compensate for the new capital's ambitions. Given Egypt's lack of rainfall, the desert capital will likely have to rely on the country's most precious resource, the River Nile. Around 95% of Egyptians live on or near its banks. Water shortages are common and going to get worse. Sustaining a new city is something the Nile and Cairo could do without. The government has assured me that Cairo will not be abandoned, but parts of the city look like they've been neglected for decades. Architect May Al-Ibashi heads up an organization which preserves Cairo's historic old buildings. She works in a bustling neighborhood where everyone knows everyone and likes it that way.
I think Cairo is a city that you either love or hate. And if you love it, you can't get it out of your system.
How do you feel about the new capital project?
One has to think about what one is fighting for. And one is fighting for a history that we cannot bring back if we lose it. So it is a challenge, but I think going out into the desert is the easy way out. If we have the money or if we have the ability to fundraise, we should put it in a capital that is more than like 1,000 years old and that is unique to us and to our culture.
Mega projects are of course part and parcel of Egyptian history. The pyramids have stood here for more than 4,000 years, and supporters of the new capital believe it will also be a source of pride. But for me, Cairo will remain this country's signature city.